Banff Show.
Hey, bonjour. My name is Sage, and I'm the host of the Banff Show. Today, I'm here with
Jean-Francois.
Jean-Francois. Did you get that?
Pretty much.
Pretty much. Yes. Just another day of ruining names.
Here we go. French
Woo!
names.
And here on the Banff Show, we celebrate mental health, what people are up to, startup culture, and thank you so much for joining us.
Well, I first came here, I was 22 years ago. And when I first saw Cascade right behind us, that's where I fell in love with the mountains. And then I just started hiking. And then my first summit I did was Mount Rundle right over there.
Whoa!
And that's when the passion for climbing started. I've had my own journey with mental health, so depression as a teenager and turned into addiction and a suicide attempt at the age of 19. And my life was kind of until 5 years ago where I had another second depression again, and then that's when I decided to reach out for help. So that's when I climbed my highest mountain ever, when I took the phone, called my doctor, and following 6 months of treatments and medication, I was finally able to make peace with myself, love myself for the first time, look at myself in the mirror for the first time. And that's when I decided to create a project that I called Overcoming Mental Illness One Summit at a Time, because every one of us, we all have a mountain to climb. And my project is, so my mission is to raise mental health awareness by sharing my own journey with depression and mental health. And my dream is to climb the 7 summits, so the highest mountain on each continent for mental health. So I've climbed 4 so far. I'm going for Mt Everest next year.
Holy moly!
Yeah. One step at a time. Anything's possible. I've been doing public speaking for 2 years in school, and yeah, really mental health is definitely something I'm really passionate about because my own journey, people that I've loved and know that I've struggled as well. And I recently started a treatment for bipolar 2 disorder for me as well. So again, 5 weeks ago I had a bit of a crash, and again had the courage to reach out for help. And that's really what my message is about, is it's okay not to be okay, just reach out for help. Whatever, if it's mental health or your relationship or school, there's always solution, there's always help out there, but you have to make that first step. Nobody's gonna do it for you. So you have to be brave, you have to reach out, and just, life is amazing, it's beautiful. Yeah, there's gonna be storms, there's gonna be ups and downs and shitty times, but that's what makes life a beautiful adventure.
That is great advice right there. And I love how you're so open to talking about this.
Yeah, well, the more I'm opening, the better I feel about it. It's like, I did a little promo video, and what I said in there is like, in life we feel like we're carrying a backpack just like you have. And every time I share my own story, I'm taking heavy weights out of there and creating space for positive energy. So, and really, the more I'm sharing, the more I'm accepting who I am, the more I'm accepting my past, and the less. And that's one thing I learned over the last few years. I don't care so much about what people think anymore. Like before, it was always, what people are going to say, what people are going to think.
Oh, yeah.
I don't really give a crap anymore. And not in a negative way, because I really love people. I love connecting to people, but more on a personal level where I do what I love. I do what I'm passionate. If people want to jump on my journey and learn more, that's great. But everyone's got their own journey. Yeah.
That is awesome. And I love how you're centering, like putting yourself first and like finding out what you need.
Yeah.
And you might have seen, we had Scott on here who has bipolar.
Scott,
yeah.
He's a good friend of mine. And sometimes, you talk and then people are like, oh, what a guy, he's so selfish. But at the end of the day, it's you first.
Yeah.
If you're not happy with yourself, if you don't love yourself, if you don't treat yourself with respect, love, and compassion, how can you love and respect other people? If you don't believe in yourself, how can you believe in other people?
Or even help other people.
Yeah, it starts with you. And it's funny you said that, because for so many years I've been looking for a job, career where I could help people.
Whoa.
Just to realize 5 years ago, I was the one who needed help first. So when you go on a plane, they say put the mask on first before you can help somebody else. And that's exactly what life is. You can't really help others if you don't feel good and happy with yourself. Just being able to love and look at yourself in the mirror. That's a big challenge. And it took me years to do it.
Wow, and good for you. Like that is amazing and love the message. And what like when you go into public schools, like teenagers, all sorts,
Yeah.
what kind of messages do you share with them? Because you parle français
Yeah,
or
yeah.
speaking French and like you're heading to Quebec soon. Like that's
Yeah,
so
yeah,
exciting.
it's really a message of hope because every one of us, we all been teenagers. We know what it is. There's so many changes physically, mentally, emotionally, like from
Oh
your
yeah.
experiences. So just I don't know, just to be there with them and tell them about my own journey and how I struggles, but how I'm now living my life and living my dreams, and that yeah, anything's possible. But really,
Wow.
it's really about reaching out for help and not being afraid to ask question. And there is no stupid question. There is no good or bad. Everything's great. Everything is experiences, and you're gonna do a lot of those. And sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. But at the end of the day, is you being happy.
It is
It's
so true.
the
Like
only thing
that's
that
number
matters.
one.
Yeah, the only thing that matters. It doesn't matter your car, your house. It's gonna make you happy for a little bit of time, but it's you inside with you, your own emotion. What am I? Who am I? It takes
Yes.
years to find that out, but I think I'm getting there now. I'm 42. I think I'm slowly getting there.
Yes, getting there slowly. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Everyone's got their own pace. Everyone's got their own journey, and that's the beauty of life. But yeah, sometimes it's challenging, but that's okay. It's part of it. It's just like yeah, climbing a mountain. It's not easy, and that's why we do it. There's storms, there's doubts, there's questions, there's days you're like, what am I doing here? This is so hard, but it's yeah, it's a beautiful journey. It's
That's
about the experience. It's not about the summit. It's about the experience.
the journey. I love that. And has any of your students come up to you after and been like, hey, I want to talk? Have you ever had that?
Well, I have got lots of different questions when I do my presentation. One school lately, they just did a kind of a thank you video, and then there was one student there that was expressing how my talk really inspired them as well. And I've had
Wow.
hugs before when you were allowed to
Yes.
do hugs, and that's to me, that's all I need. It's just knowing I can help one person. It makes me feel good, and it's really nice to know that you don't need to be somebody else to help others. Because so many times we try to shine, we try to be this and that, but we're not true to yourself. And now I'm just me, Jean-Francois, and I can help people. That's amazing.
Wow. And that's the biggest thing right there. You are climbing mountains, like
Yeah.
without question. So I have to ask, what are the 4 peaks that you've climbed?
Yeah, so I've climbed Mount Denali in Alaska. That was the first one. Really hard
Whoa.
one. 80 days on the mountain, 6 days stuck in the
80
storm.
days. Holy
18.
18.
18 days, no shower, 3 guys. It was really challenging, but we made it. And then I did
Good for
Kilimanjaro.
you.
Thank you. Kilimanjaro in Africa, and then I went to Elbrus in Russia. And then last
Whoa.
January 2020, I climbed on Aconcagua. That's in South America. Almost 7,000 meter, all by myself. No porters, no guides, just me and the mountains. And it was an amazing adventure. I stood on the summit on January 20th just by myself. Nobody else.
Whoa. That is
Yeah, I
incredible.
was the highest person in that moment, and I remember in video I'd done up there, I was exhausted. I hadn't slept the night before. It was really challenging. Like from 6,600 meters to the summit, which is almost 7,000 meter, it took me 3 hours to do 200 meters. But when I stood up there, I cried, and I remember all those moments in my life where I felt so low, like with
Yeah.
emotion and with my low self-esteem.
And now look how high you are.
I
Like,
was on top of the America all by myself. It was nice.
whoa.
Yeah, it was super nice.
And that feeling, it must have been like, I did it. Like, not many people could say that. Like,
No.
you did it.
I did, and I did a little video up there because I couldn't really talk. It was just so much emotion. I was crying. I was tired. I was cold, but it was
You did it.
amazing. Yeah, and if I can do what I'm doing, everyone can do whatever they want. And it's also my message is also about you following your passion, whatever it is. It could be dancing, cooking, whatever makes you feel happy in life. That's what you need to do because life is
Yes.
short, and we know now with this whole shebang that's happening, it's a good awakening right now to really remember that family and friends are important. You are important. Life change really quick, so do what you love right now. Don't wait until you're 60 or whatever.
Yeah.
Do it now.
I love that advice. And what's your family think of you doing all this? Like, is it hard sometimes when you leave, or is it like, oh, you got this, cheering you on, or
Oh, both, I guess.
both?
The more I'm getting involved with mental health, the more my wife is understanding why I'm doing this. I'm not just climbing mountain. Well, I'm climbing mountain, but I'm doing it for a purpose, for a reason.
Wow.
And definitely, she's not so excited about Mount Everest. I mean, there's risks, but I feel really support. I feel really, really lucky. My son, my daughter, they're getting older, so they know a little more.
Wow.
It's scary for them, but at the end of the day, I'm doing this for my kids to inspire them that if daddy can do this, you can do anything. And I don't care if they want to climb mountain or not, as long as they do what they love and follow their dream. That's all why I'm doing what I'm doing, to inspire my own family and kids and wife.
That is amazing. And oh my gosh, they must be like like that's amazing. Like something you're doing that no one else is. Like good for you for just going out there, getting out there, and that is incredible.
Thank you.
Is there any last messages you want to tell your audience before we have to go here?
I would say follow your dream, live your life, and remember when the going gets tough, there's solution, there's help out there, and never give up because life is beautiful. Sometimes it's stormy, it's confusing, it's scary, but life is still beautiful.
Yes. Thank you so much for your time today and all these inspiring positive messages. Like seriously.
Thank you.
And I wish you the best of luck hiking Mount Everest and all the other adventures you're going to be going on.
Sure. And anyone that would like to know more about my project, you can just simply go on my website at www. Maybe you can put the link below. It's,
Absolutely.
Jean-Francois.com. I have a Facebook page. I'm raising money for the Quebec suicide prevention program as well. So lots going on.
Wow, check him out. Like seriously, I will be posting the links down below and check it out. Thank you so much again for coming.
Thank you.
Show, Banff Show.
Show Banff Show.
Show Banff Show.
Show Banff Show.
Expanding our community.